right, so in this one, we're going to be going over the bulk campaign builder, just giving you an introduction. And then in the next one, we're going to actually be going over how to integrate that with your search term report. So let me show you the settings here. So the bulk campaign builder has quite a few different default settings. This is the naming tool here, and then you've got kind of the default settings of the campaigns here. So you can basically edit any of these fields, and when you use the bulk campaign builder as a standalone tool, all of this data will be kind of populated by default. Similarly, if you want to change any of these variables, you can remove them, you can renumber them. This custom one, you can overwrite and put in anything you want there and add it as a variable. Don't worry about that data validation error that comes up. That's for something else. But yeah, you can type over that. And then, you just put the number in where you want the variable in the name to show up, and that will dynamically be applied. Similarly, you got the ad group over here. Now, SKW stands for single keyword mode. That's pretty helpful. We'll go ahead and kind of illustrate that in this video. Campaign counter, that's to make sure you don't have duplicate campaign names. It just adds a unique number at the end, and then obviously the date. So I'm going to stick pretty close to the template here with that. And for the sake of this demo, let's act like we're making some top of search campaigns with like a 35% modifier. If you do have a Vendor Central account, you do need to check this box, but the majority of sellers don't. So let's go with that. This is actually going to be the default keyword bid as well. So 75 cents or something like that. You can always change the individual target level bids in the final step we'll go over here. And yeah, that's pretty much the default settings. If you want to make it just for one SKU, you can pick that from this drop down, but you can also do that in line with the tool as well. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to come over here. This is kind of how it's going to look when you have the template downloaded. The first thing you're going to want to do is pick the campaign type that you're going to want to make. So auto campaigns versus manual, keyword versus manual, product. That's going to be the three main ones. You could consult the guide for sponsored brands and sponsored display. It's similar process, just different input parameters and variables. But we'll have screenshots step by step in the guide on those. But anyway, step one, make sure you have the correct settings here. Then you're just going to come up to campaigns, choose create type, and then this is going to match the selection we just made in the yellow drop down. So we'll do some single keyword exacts, and I'll do let's do 3 of those. So you just type in 3. So what you kind of do here is build out a little template for all the campaigns that you're going to create. So I'm going to add one more. I'll do a broad of, we'll do one broad. All right, so do that first, and you've got to do the different ad types in separate runs. So auto has to be done separately from keyword. That has to be done separately than product. But if you've got a master list of keywords and you know which ones you want to kind of deploy, you can just game plan that and then just run everything all in 3 runs if we were doing all 3 of those, for example. But for the sake of this demo, let's just do this one. And basically you're going to fill in the blue fields here. So with this, the ad group, we've got that dynamically being applied from our settings tab. But let's pretend SKU1 here is what we want to do. I'm going to hold in control and just drag it over. So all of these are going to be for SKU1. And one little hack, if you do want to put multiple products in the same campaign, is you can go into that cell and hit Control Enter and type in the other SKU like that. And you can obviously copy and paste from like a worksheet or something like that if you've got another tab to get all of this data aligned. But all the match types and stuff is going to be populated for you. So all you need to do is fill in then the keywords. So I'm just going to say our keyword is KW1. And then, this is where you put your keyword list. And then in this one, we'll do a example of multiple keywords. So keyword 1, keyword 2, keyword 3, and we'll also add some negatives in here. So the negative keyword 1, negative keyword 2, All right, and then you want to choose your negate type. So negate type will do negative exact. And then in these, we're not going to have any negations. So after you've got your input parameters filled in, all you need to do is go up to the bulk campaign menu and hit update custom names. This is going to swap out all of the variables there that we started the video with. So important that you kind of read these prompts at least once. It's basically just telling you that you're going to be swapping out these variables. And you do have an opportunity right here if you want to hit Control Z to back up. But you can see what it did. It added the keyword KW1 from this cell. That's because we had the single keyword campaign mode toggled on. All right, and then we've got the counter, we've got the date. All three of these are single keyword campaigns. And then the ASIN didn't show up in this one here because I added this here. So it probably would have been better to just keep the SKU1 if I did want the ASIN for some reason in there, and then done this and then added the SKU2 as the last step after I adjusted the names. You can see this one too is a little screwy because it added all of the keywords. I typically don't do that. I will overwrite this and just do MKW. So you can see they're all values after you update the name, so you can manually edit any of these fields at this point if you want. So similarly, if you want to adjust any of these, you can change those. You can see the formulas are just referencing those default settings off the settings tab, so you can figure that out. It's pretty straightforward and intuitive to change. As far as the portfolio ID, we would have needed to create our portfolio and then got this numerical ID to plug that value in for the associated campaigns here, and that will automatically apply them in the portfolio. You could have also used this here and plug that number in there if all the campaigns that you're going to build or you want to put all in the same portfolio. So that makes things pretty efficient. All right, so that's pretty well set up now. I'm just going to create my file. So sponsor products. All right, and you'll see sponsor products campaign upload. That'll be the new file generated. Again, I'd recommend you kind of get familiar with the formatting of these just so you can quickly pick out any potential issues before you upload them. Like I would immediately see this ASIN in there and know that something I messed up on, and it's because of those two SKUs I had in there. But you can see that it also did it for the ad group as well. But you can see that it did add 2 product ad rows, 1 for each SKU. So this file would upload fine. It's just the naming's a little screwy on kind of how I did that. All right. So that's that. The bidding adjustment, that's the top of search modifier, 35%. We had dynamic down only. So just kind of review that and start to get familiar with it. The other thing you can do at this stage, if you do want to change the target level bids for your individual keywords, you can do that in this column T, and then you can also see how our negatives got added. So pretty simple example. Obviously, you can do this for hundreds of campaigns if needed. And in the next video, we're going to be looking at a application where we use our search term report in combination with the bulk campaign builder. So there's a lot of applications in ad tactics that kind of sends data over to this tool. The other one you can check out is this video here, where you can actually add and build campaigns straight from the ad tactics dashboard. And the other cool one we'll go over here in 2 videos is the new keyword harvester tool. So stay tuned for that. See you guys.